Hello students, I welcome you to Time Classes. This is a short session on cloze test. In this session, we shall take a cloze passage and discuss it in as great a detail as possible. Okay, as you know, happens in such short sessions, we'll take up only one cloze test. Okay, so let us get started. Here are the directions. These tell us whether the cloze test is the traditional one or one of the latest models. We need to check that out. It says in the given passage there are blanks, each of which has been numbered. Against each blank 5 words are suggested, one of which fits the blank appropriately. Find the appropriate word in each case. So this is the traditional model. Okay, so let us attack the passage itself and answer the questions. Now, as you may remember from my sessions, okay, I usually follow 3 steps for cloze test. 1. Read the entire passage and understand the topic, central idea, main supporting ideas, context, conclusion, style, tone, etc. Okay. Then identify clues for the blanks. And based on the clues, identify answer ideas or sort of, think of answer ideas or answer shadows. Okay. Obviously, because this is a practice session, we will not be following these 3 steps separately. Instead, we will club them together as we would, normally do in exams. Okay. So here we go. Don't think that I am going very fast. Okay, because this is a practice session. So here we go. I'll be reading the passage, and as I read, okay, I'll try to identify topic, context, etc. Based on which I'll also try to identify the clues, using which I'll decide what the answer should be. Okay, so kindly pay attention. The passage says, call it panda diplomacy. Okay, what is diplomacy? Diplomacy is maintaining of, good relationships, friendly relationship with other countries, etc. Okay, so call it panda diplomacy. Chinese President Xi Jinping arrived in Russia for a 3-day visit and dashed the loan of 2 carrot-munching giant pandas for the Moscow Zoo. Okay, so why did the author call it panda diplomacy? Because the Chinese president, okay, has decided to, is on a 3-day visit to Russia and is giving a loan to Russia, or rather a Russian zoo, okay, a gift of 2 giant pandas. Okay. Why is this being done? This is being done, according to the author, as a diplomatic gesture, as a friendly gesture. You see, when we go to our friends or relatives' houses, we usually take some gifts with us, right? To indicate that we, are happy to meet them, okay, to continue our friendship, etc. So this is what the context seems to be. Okay. Now, if you know some geopolitics, okay, China and Russia are very big countries. Usually, hostile to, especially Russia is usually hostile to, America. And these days, even China is a little bit, troubled by American trade war and all that stuff. Okay. So we need to keep such things in mind as well. So let's see what the first word should be. Okay. Call it panda diplomacy. Chinese President Xi Jinping arrived in Russia for a 3-day visit and dashed the loan. Okay, so he gave the 2 pandas, right? So it means the word that should go into the first blank should be something close to gave. Something close to gave. It may not be gave necessarily. It depends on what choices have been given. But we should have the idea of giving when we go to the choices. Okay, so for a 3-day visit and gave the loan of 2 carrot-munching giant pandas for the Moscow Zoo. It was a symbol, it was a symbolic, friendly gesture, as I was saying. He said of his growing close personal relationship with Vladimir Putin. Now, Putin, as you know, is the premier of Russia. Okay. And Xi Jinping himself says this gifting of 2 giant pandas is a symbolic gesture. Okay, to strengthen, obviously, the personal friendship, between China and Russia. The dash and uniquely Chinese creatures are already wowing, okay, Moscovites, okay, who have not had the chance to see a panda up close since Mao Zedong gave one to Nikita Khrushchev back in the 50s to cement a similar moment of intense dash between the two Asian giants. Now that's a lengthy sentence. Let's break it. And lengthy sentence with two blanks. So let's look at it up to here. Up to here first. After, since the sentence needs to be looked at afterwards. So let's look at the first blank first. The second blank, sorry. The dash and uniquely Chinese creatures are already warring Muscovites. Muscovites are residents of Moscow, who have not had the chance to see a panda up close. You see, they haven't seen a panda close, since long. And these two uniquely Chinese creatures, the pandas, are wowing them. Okay, what is the meaning of wow? Okay, impress. When you say wow, obviously you are greatly impressed. Okay, so it means they are impressing, the Muscovites. It means how much they are unique and they must be impressive or attractive. Okay, so the second word should be something closer in meaning to attractive or impressive. Okay, because they are wowing Muscovites. Okay, so the second part, let's look at the second part now. Who have not had a chance to see a panda up close since Mao Zedong gave one to Nikita Khrushchev. So, in the past, in the 50s, apparently Mao Zedong, the former president of, China, gave a panda to Nikita Khrushchev, another former premier of Russia, back in the 50s. And why did Mao Zedong give this, panda to Nikita Khrushchev? To cement a similar moment of intense dash between the two Asian giants. To cement. Cement means strengthen. What does cement do? It strengthens. Okay, it solidifies and strengthens, let us say a connection. So cement a similar moment of intense dash. Similar moment. What is the moment being compared to? The past moment with the present moment. What is the present moment? Something that is being done to strengthen friendly ties. So it means the past moment was also something that was done to strengthen friendly ties between the two Asian giants. Okay, similar moment of intense dash. Okay, intense strengthening of friendly ties. Yes or no? That's the only, phrase. Sometimes you can get phrase as the possible answer. Okay. So whatever you get, based on the clues, you should, make note of it. So what is similar moment of intense strengthening of friendly ties. Okay, they are establishing or re-establishing their friendly relationship. Okay, so that's our clue for the third blank. Let's go ahead. Though both remain dash states. Okay, so we have a though here, so which means a contrast is coming up ahead. Though both remain dash states, the ideologues are long gone and pragmatic technocrats now rule. Okay, so ideologues are followers of a certain ideology. Okay, and pragmatic technocrats now rule means as of now, pragmatic practical technocrats are ruling, in both the nations. Okay, technocrats are people who believe in technocracy or use technology to develop, economy, etc. Okay, so it means the current governments are pragmatic and technocratic. Okay, whereas the past, ideologues, whichever ideology they followed, are long gone. So the ideologues are long gone, but both remain dash states, which means ideologically they still remain what they used to be in the past. Okay, although the followers of the ideology are gone. Okay, now current rulers are pragmatic and practical in nature. So what kind of states must they have been in the past where even the ideologues were present? Okay, now for that the clue is obviously communism. Okay, and also pragmatic technocrats, which means the current governments are very practical in nature. They are not extreme, or communistic or socialistic in nature. Okay, if you know the history of both China and Russia, the former rulers were very dictatorial. The rulers before Mao Zedong, for example, or in China, in Russia, for example, Stalin and Lenin, they were very, autocratic rulers. Of course, their intention was to establish socialism, communism, etc. Okay, but the way they dealt with the governance was not good. Okay, it's known everywhere. Okay, so which means the word that should go here, should mean something similar to that. Okay, dictatorial, let us say dictatorial or extreme. Okay, so the extremity, okay, is still there. The ideologues are long gone and practical technocrats are still there. Okay, so the states remain still extreme, obviously, right? Okay, China can't be democratic, can't become democratic, or even Russia, okay, can't have the similar, the kind of democracy we see in the US, for example. Okay, so that's what, is our clue for the fourth blank. Let us move forward. The dynamic driving them to seek closer integration. The dynamic means the dynamics, the forces driving them to seek closer integration today is the need to forge means shape, a geopolitical common front. Front is like an alliance, and hedge their economic bets. Now hedging your bets is like protecting your investments. Okay, hedge is to shelter, right, your investments. Here obviously, okay, the author is trying to say that they are trying to establish or re-establish their friendship to take care of their economic interests in the face of, means in the context of, or in the context of challenge of the escalating sanctions and trade war from the West, particularly the United States. So you see, okay, we already know that United States and China are fighting this trade war. Okay, and United States and Russia have been traditionally enemies. Okay, we know that. Okay, so these two countries, it's like enemies or friend, right? So that kind of context seems to be brewing up. The point the author is trying to make here is, okay, the dynamic driving them to seek closer integration today, okay, is the need to forge a geopolitical common front to hedge their economic interests in the face of. So the reason why they are coming closer is because they are threatened by a common enemy. Okay, and these are all, okay, the actions taken by this common enemy, the US. One, the trade war. Two, sanctions. What are sanctions? Sanctions are penalties, okay, imposed on countries by powerful superpower nations. Okay, so that is another negative, which means fifth word also should be negative, right? Okay, in the face of escalating which means something negative from the side of United States. Okay, let's simply have the word enmity, for example. Enmity or unfriendliness or lack of cooperation, etc. So this one word would sum up everything, right? So fifth blank should have something close to enmity. So escalating enmity or unfriendly relationships with the US, sanctions and trade war from the West, particularly the US. So that's our fifth blank. Next, Russia has been in the equivalent of a defense crouch, okay, for 5 years now, since the annexation of Crimea. Now Crimea is the country which was annexed or sort of taken possession of by Russia. Okay, Russia took power, okay, or took, how should I say, control of Crimea, okay, which is closer to Ukraine if I am not wrong. Okay, so since Russia did this, okay, it has been going through a cold war with the US. Obviously US would interfere in such illegal or undemocratic or authoritarian actions by other countries, especially Russia, obviously. So what is the author trying to say here is, okay, Russia has been in the equivalent of a defense crouch. What is defense crouch? Defense crouch is the position in which you are you positioned your body in a manner to defend yourself. It's like in a defense position. Okay, so when it comes to a country, cold war kind of position. So Russia has been in the equivalent of a defense crouch for 5 years now, since the annexation of Crimea, and has come to view, okay, its dash from the West as a permanent condition. Okay, dash from the West, obviously the West here means the US. The non-cooperation from the West, or let us say separation from the West. Okay, so sixth word could be, okay, something similar to non-cooperation or separation. Okay, or hostility also, because you see the West views such annexation of a country in a negative manner. Okay, in the negative, they don't like it. The Western countries, the developed countries, including France, England, and such other countries which won the world wars. Okay, these countries are considered very powerful and democratic, and they try to establish democracy across the world. So if one country tries to overpower another, they interfere. That's the usual stuff. Okay, even UN is there, right? So obviously all these other countries must have opposed Russia's annexation of Crimea. So since then Russia has been separated, or has been treated as a pariah, okay, by other countries. That's what this sentence means, which is why the sixth word should be non-cooperation or separation. But for China, the next sentence is the recent piling on of US tariffs. What are tariffs? Taxes imposed on imports and exports, okay, against Chinese goods, and what it sees as a campaign against some of its leading companies, including Huawei, is something quite new and dash. Okay, now you see, even China is in trouble. As I told you, the trade war between China and the US has been going on for years now. Okay, and China actually prospers because of exports, right? Okay, but the US trade war resulted in the US imposing great tariffs against Chinese goods. Okay, which means China suffers economically, and this is bad for Chinese economy and their country, which is why it sees the campaign against some of its leading companies, including Huawei, okay, as quite new and dash. Okay, dash, the blank should should have something negative, right? Obviously, okay, including Huawei, but for China, the recent piling on the US tariffs against Chinese goods and what it sees as a campaign against some of its leading companies, including Huawei, is something quite new and threatening, maybe. So let's say threatening or something like that, negative. Okay, threatening or bad for its economy. And further it says some experts say that economic integration between Russia and China, which has been the subject of much talk but very little action over the past years, could be set for a breakthrough. Okay, the author is concluding now. Okay, so he's going back to this current diplomatic gesture by Xi Jinping of giving these two giant pandas. The author says, okay, if you consider that, it may be that the Russia-China relationship could be set for a breakthrough. Breakthrough means sudden, drastic development, okay, or change in something. Okay, so which means we are done with the reading of the paragraph itself, and we have identified the clues. Okay, so based on these clues, we'll select the answer. Let us go to the first question. Okay, call it blah blah blah. Okay, for a 3-day visit and dash the loan. What was our clue or word for this? Gave. Okay, gave a loan, right? Gave the loan of 2 carrot munching giant pandas. Okay, so invited the loan, wrong. Invited cannot obviously go. Increase the loan, doesn't make sense. Justified the loan, obviously wrong. Why do we justify the loan? Now some students may think of brought the loan. Okay, we give a loan, we don't bring a loan. Do we give a loan or we bring a loan? We give a loan, we don't bring a loan. So bring is absurd usage wise. Unveiled means uncovered. Okay, because it's like ceremonial uncovering. Okay, because it's a diplomatic gesture, because it's an international arena or context, because it's the friendly relationship between two countries, we can use a highly formal language, right? Okay, so ceremonial uncovering makes sense. Okay, uncovered the loan means it's like ceremoniously he gifted those two pandas to Russia. So unveiled does make sense, which means for the first question or first blank, the correct word is unveiled, with which we now move to the second. What was our clue for the second blank? The clue for the second blank was attractive, impressive. It was a description of the pandas. The dash and uniquely Chinese creatures are already wowing Muscovites. So attractive was our word. Charismatic is attractive. Lunatic means crazy, mad. Secretive means being secretive, keeping secrets, not revealing secrets. Fixated means stuck on one thing. Strange is negative, okay, or unrelated, which means the correct answer has to be 1, charismatic. So that's the answer, and we are right in identifying attractive as the possible answer word. It's very close, right? So let's go to the third. And what was our clue for the third blank? The third blank clue was strengthening of friendly ties. Okay, strengthening of friendly ties. Let me read the context. Okay, where's that? Who have had the chance to see a panda up close since Mao Zedong gave one to Nikita Khrushchev back in the 50s to cement a similar moment of intense dash between them. Okay, intense. Okay, what was it? Strengthening of friendly ties. Okay, intense strengthening of friendly, okay, ties. Now that's our clue. Now approach is a very general word, so we reject it. Conduct means to do something, to manage something, doesn't make sense. Liaison is a connection or relationship between two things. Okay, not our answer. Rapprochement, yes. What is rapprochement? Rapprochement is like establishing a friendly relationship or re-establishing of harmonious relationship between two countries. It's like a friendly compromise. It's like a friendly international compromise between two countries. So rapprochement makes exact sense and is close in meaning to what we identified as the possible phrase. Consequence is an effect, okay, or a result, especially unpleasant, doesn't make sense. So third, the answer has to be 4, with which we move to the fourth blank. Okay, what was our clue? Though both remain dash states. Okay, I told you both remain what? Extreme states. Okay, extreme or dictatorial. Dictatorial. Okay, because you see, the author says though both remain dash states, negative states, the ideologues are long gone. The followers of that negative ideology are long gone because the current ones are technocratic, pragmatic, which means okay, the states still are slightly negative, at least in theory or on paper. So it should be extreme or dictatorial. And what do we have here? Authoritative, a word that could be misunderstood to mean dictatorial, but it actually means okay, a reliable source of information. Okay, when we talk about authoritative source of information, we are talking about reliable, someone who can be trusted. That's what authoritative means. Okay. Authoritarian, second word, means exactly what dictatorial means. Authoritarian means dictatorial, like the former China and former Russia were. Okay, so 2 is possible. Dogmatic means rigidly, uncompromisingly sticking to one's principles, especially religious principles. That's not it's not a religious context. Okay, it's a political context, so we cannot go with this. So democratic, opposite word. Arbitrary means random, doesn't make sense. Okay, so the answer has to be 2. So fourth blank, the correct answer is 2, with which we move to the fifth one. Okay, what did we think of fifth blank? Okay, so this is the fifth blank here. The dynamic, the force driving them to seek closer integration today is the need to forge geopolitical common front and hedge their economic bets in the face of escalating dash. Okay, yes. If you remember, I think we discussed something like unfriendliness. Okay, unfriendliness on the part of the US. Okay, so it can't be poison, which does not mean unfriendliness. Friendship is opposite. Embargo means ban, especially on the import of goods. Okay, and that embargo has already been indicated in sanctions and trade war, okay, etc. And later it has been mentioned as tariffs, etc. So we can't repeat embargo here. Okay, so I'm sorry for the bad handwriting there. Let me just clean that. Okay, so embargo means ban on import exports. Hostility, yes. Unfriendliness and hostility are similar, right? Okay, so hostility, sanctions, trade war. Makes sense without any repetition. Bickering is complaining about some petty issues, complaining and arguing about petty issues. So it's not our answer. So fifth question or fifth blank, the correct word is obviously hostility. With that we move to the sixth one. Okay. The sixth blank is about Russia, where the author says Russia has been in the equivalent of defense crouch for 5 years since the annexation of Crimea and has come to view its dash. If you remember, the word that we thought of was separation or something like that. Okay, so let's see, separation from the West. You see, separation from the West makes sense. Alienation exactly means separation, so one is possible. Appointment, unrelated, irrelevant. Subjection actually means, in this context, subjugation. Okay, when one country enslaves another country or makes another country its subject, that's called subjection. Or when you subject something to something else, you are, you are indulging in subjection. Okay, exposing also is one of the meanings. Suspension is temporary rejection or cancellation of something. Dismissal is, cancellation of something. Okay, so the answer has to be 1, which is closest in meaning to separation. It makes sense, right? Okay, since the annexation of Crimea has come to view its alienation, means separation from the West, as a permanent condition. It's not physical separation, like social separation. So we go to 7th blank, the last blank, okay, where the author says, but for China, the recent piling on of the US tariffs against Chinese goods and what it sees as campaign against some of its leading companies, including Huawei, is something quite new and dash. Quite new and dash. Okay, we are looking for negative word. Okay, quite new and dash, negative word. Let's see, encouraging is a positive word, so cannot go. Quite new and accusing, although negative, doesn't make sense. Okay, so put a question mark. Unnerving, yes. Unnerving is, loss of courage and confidence in yourself. When you are unnerved, okay, you sort of, exhaust your confidence and your courage. Both your mental and physical strengths, become weak. That's what unnerving means. Okay, which is when you actually do desperate things. Okay, so unnerving possible. Unrelenting means not stopping at all, being continuous in one's determination, etc. Unquestioning means not questioning. So the answer obviously is 3. So 7th question, my dear friends, the correct answer is 3, with which we move to the thank you slide. Okay, I hope you understood the stuff that I discussed. Okay, hope you enjoyed it, and hope to see you again. All the best. Thank you very much. Goodbye.